What's up, everyone? My name is Maladev, and welcome back to Expat Nation. Today, we will be starting a new series called Ex-Diaries, and basically, it's a live hangout session where I will speak to an expat, someone who has joined the expat life, in the aim of giving you advice or giving you information in the event that you decide to move to one of these locations. So, let's get this rolling. So I will allow her to introduce herself and you guys can get to know her.
Ta-ta-da! Hey, hi. My name is Natoya, aka Vanessa. Um, I live in Florida. Currently live in Florida right now. I'm Jamaican. Moved from Jamaica when I was probably like 16, 17, around
It's
that
been that
time.
long?
Yes, it's been that long.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a analyst, I guess, by day, and then by night, I'm a blogger. I have a blog called Moderately Chic, which is pretty much my way of like giving tips and advice to like people like me who are frugal. Like I like nice things, but my bank account does not say the same thing. So so with that being said, like I have to improvise. So that's pretty much what my blog is all about.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Awesome sauce. All
yeah.
right, guys. So if you like nice things but your bank account will not support it, you know exactly where you want to go to get the advice and the tips. I will put up the link somewhere on screen so that you can see it. You already told us when you moved, and by the way, why did you move? Was this your decision?
Uh yes and no. Like I already knew it was coming at some point because
Mm-hmm.
you go through the process like being coming as citizen or leaving your original place of birth and all that stuff. You go into that process. It's gonna eventually happen. The conversation with my parents, it kind of started where it was like, okay, we'll get you your green card and everything, but then you have the opportunity to kind of finish school or try to see where it goes from there. And it was a situation where instead of finishing school, just decided to move.
Okay. In terms of the adjustments that you had to face, were there any major adjustments that you had to make, or were there any challenges that you came up upon?
Yes, it was a lot of adjustments because at the time
Mm-hmm.
I was like still in that vulnerable stage, and I lived in Jamaica where the culture, like, is very tight knit. We don't have like a big, diverse group of people with like multi culture and multi background. So coming to the US, it was completely different. And I came when I was a teenager, so I didn't know what to expect. I guess the only thing I saw was probably from like watching TV, you know. So that was like my experience, and it's one thing that I used to visit, but it's one thing when you visit versus when you live. Like things become real when you live here. So and
Okay.
I went to three different schools, so it was like a big adjustment.
Ouch. Ouch. So, I mean, going from school to school probably wasn't the easiest thing. Was there anything in particular that you did that actually helped you? For example, I know that I'm a video person, so whenever I'm feeling quote unquote alone or lonely, I'm maybe on YouTube and I get distracted that way. Was there anything that you used to distract you or help you to adjust to moving from place to place in terms of the schools?
So at that time, oh gosh, this might seem like such a very, very long time ago. But at that time, like YouTube and all that stuff wasn't really that big. And technology, it was like in the transition phase with like cell phones and all that.
Hmm.
So I didn't really have that technology part of it. And the adjustment, like my first school that I went to, It was in Miami, and that school, I wouldn't say it's like the biggest. That was like my biggest culture shock in a lot of ways, because you meet like these kids from all walks of life, and you
Mm-hmm.
never know what to expect. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really get to really adjust that well to the first school, and then the second school that I went to in the States was easier for me to get into, because then you had like uh Jamaican group. So with that, you get to meet people from your background, and then you
Yeah.
can easily transition out into meeting other people.
Other people. Awesome stuff. All right. So this question may be geared a little bit more towards persons who may want to travel because I mean I would recommend if you're moving to somewhere, if you can visit the place before, then that would actually help. You're in Florida now, right?
Yes.
All right. If I came to Florida now, what's one place that you recommend that I would have to see?
I guess the go-to place for everybody that comes to Florida, especially South Florida, would be going to Miami, going to the art district in Wynwood, because it's, I don't know, it's like this up and coming kind of like hipster preppy, and depending on like around this age group, around our age group, is definitely geared towards our age group. So it's like something that you wouldn't see. I know, like living in Jamaica is not really something that you see. It's the art district, and it's like street art on the wall, so you don't have to pay to see art,
Mm-hmm.
and the food is great as well.
Okay. What about life as it is on a whole? Is there anything that you dislike, or are there any specific things that you like about the fact that you've actually moved and started over somewhere else?
So so I would say like my first move to the US was just getting accustomed to everything and getting used to like the culture, and which is like the culture is so big, so it's not one culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the first adjustment. But I moved again. The second time I moved to Pennsylvania, which that was pretty fun, because it's like you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And for me, I didn't move to Pennsylvania before. I never visit there or anything like that, so it
Mm-hmm.
was very big. It was like a complete like shock, but it was fun. It's nice to get out of your element, and you learn to like certain things, and you appreciate where you're coming from more.
Awesome. Awesome. So, with the move to Miami, then the move to Pennsylvania, and then the move to Florida, right?
I'm back.
Was back, yeah. Was there anyone who actually helped to make the experience what it is or impacted you in any particular way, like a mentor, anybody at all?
I didn't have a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it was one of those things where it was my boyfriend at the time. We were the opportunity came where when he got into school in Pennsylvania, so it was like, hey, you want to move to Pennsylvania too? So it was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like I was working in a job where it wasn't like I didn't see myself there long term
Mm-hmm.
at that job. So I didn't have that holding me back. And moving is easy when you don't have a lot of strings attached. So you could easily up and move. So I didn't have any kids to say like, oh yeah, I can't just say like, oh yeah, sure, move.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy when you don't have a lot of strings or anything attached. And yeah, it's scary. Like moving is always gonna be scary, but you can't be stuck in your ways. You just have to go try it. And guess what? If you don't like it, you can always go back.
That's true. That's true. And I guess oftentimes people don't remember that part because they're thinking that I mean, if I've packed up and I've gone all the way to wherever, and it's not working out, I need to stick it through. I need to find a way to make it work. I mean, at the end of the day, we encourage try and try again. But if you're at the point where you think this is not working, remember you can always go back home.
Right. I think what that has to do is I think Jamaica has this stigma where it's almost like if you move, your move come a foreign. US is like foreign. So how dare you move back to Jamaica after you move come a foreign?
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true. With that being said, though, based on what you just touched, if you had any advice for anyone who was planning to make the move, what would it be?
Um, I would say don't be afraid. Like sometimes these things do work themselves out. Uh, Make sure, you want to make sure that you have done your research to see what you're getting yourself into and to see if it's really worth it. Like when I say research, you're doing a cost analysis. Is this going to be in my budget? If I move to this place, can I afford to live there for like
Yeah.
at least 6 months? Um, Job. Am I gonna be able to get a job when I go there? Or at least try to get a job before you even go. Have some type of backup plan in place just in case it doesn't work out. It's like, the saying, hope for the best but prepare for the worst, or is it the other way around?
Whichever way, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, whichever way, like you just want to have a certain things in place. Have people around you where if anything you could always call them and say, hey, I'm in a situation, can you help me if it ever does come to that.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that's basically it for now. I have no more questions for you. I don't know. Is there anything specific that you would like to say to anyone on the channel?
um like I said, like it's always it's always a good thing to experience new things. Like never be afraid, because you never know what you're gonna miss out on by just staying one place.
All right. Well, thanks, Natoya, for joining us. Oh, and don't forget to hold up the cushion.
Oh, yes, yes. See, I have my pillow right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, what is it? Every day is an adventure. So don't, my thing is, I had a traveling blog and I do travel from time to time. And my thing is like, you need to go out there while you can and experience things. There's nothing wrong with traveling when you've retired and all that stuff, but if you're young, health and healthy, why not do it now? Why wait? Like, it's finance, like there's always gonna be some issue with finance, so just go, just do it.
All right, guys, just do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again. And I guess I will see you another time.
Yes, I will see you another time. Nice hanging out with you.
No problem. Peace. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Remember, this is a new series that we have started called eXdiaries. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, then go ahead and subscribe. If you want to be notified whenever the next video goes up, hit the notification bell. Remember, I am Milo Dev and this is me saying adios.